The Four Rabbinim. One night, 4 Rabbanim were visited by an angel who awakened them and carried them to the 7th vault of the 7th heaven, where they beheld the sacred wheel of Ezekiel. Somewhere in the descent from paradise to earth, one rabbi, having seen such splendor, lost his mind and wandered frothing and foaming until the end of his days. The second rabbi was extremely cynical. "Oh, I just dreamed Ezekiel's wheel. That was all. Nothing really happened." The third rabbi carried on and on about what he had seen, for he was totally obsessed. He lectured and would not stop with how it was all constructed and what it all meant. And in his way, he went astray and betrayed his faith. The fourth rabbi, who was a poet, took a paper in hand and a reed and sat near the window, writing song after song, praising the evening dove, his daughter in her cradle, and all the stars in the sky. And he lived his life better than before. As I was reading the tale of the 4 Rabbanim in the book Women Who Run with the Wolves, it reminded me of the various things that can happen to individuals when you are spiritually awakening. And it also reminded me of some wisdom that I gained during my own personal journey. The first rabbi, after descending from paradise to earth and experiencing all the beautiful things that they experienced, lost their mind. Opening up your reality, dismantling the delusion, opening up to your third eye and to your abilities, doing the shadow work to really make yourself whole, and connecting to the divine and your ancestors to activate inside of you may feel as though you are losing your mind. But know that you are not alone. This process could feel scary as you are having to confront things that are deeply buried, and you are having to experience things that sometimes you can't explain. This process could make you feel utterly alone because many of us don't have that support group or system around us to understand or won't judge us. In a process such as this, the ability to flow is vital. Don't force your experience. And don't force experiences to happen. Be safe. Don't compare your experience to others. Things will happen for you in its own unique way and time. Also, remain grounded. Experiencing spirit and the unseen awakens something inside of you, and sometimes a disconnection can form between you and your body, you and your reality, you and yourself. And that transition you are going through can feel unsettling, but remain grounded. Remember, you are, in this life dimension, straddling both a spiritual and earthly existence. And what you feel is your spirit waking up inside of you. What you feel is your divinity remembering itself. What you feel is yourself putting itself back together. No, you are not crazy. The second rabbi, after descending from paradise to earth and experiencing all the beautiful things that they experienced, became cynical. Not everyone goes through what the first rabbi went through. Some become skeptic, but all the still curious. There are even those that go through what the first rabbi went through and still become cynical as well. Sometimes our minds, our ego, our consciousness attempts to rationalize or explain our experiences away, or sometimes just to give logical context. There are those that may even doubt or don't even notice the importance of what they experienced. However, if curiosity still lingers in your bones, tell your ego and your mind, thank you. Thank you for protecting you in these moments, but also tell them that you are not afraid and that there is nothing to fear. Like a child, you will approach with openness and curiosity to find your own truth and your own path and your own understanding. When we find ourselves in distrust, strengthen the trust that you have in yourself and to the fact that you will never lead yourself astray. Overall, this is a part of your process and your journey, and there is nothing wrong with it. Don't judge yourself, your mind, your sanity, or others too harshly. The third rabbi, after descending from paradise to earth and experiencing all the beautiful things they experienced, became obsessed and betrayed their faith. Many of us, along our spiritual journey and awakening process, find ourselves where the third rabbi is. We want answers. We want to reconstruct, relive, re-experience, and find further confirmation. We dive deep. However, know that when connecting with spirit, it won't always make sense. You won't always relive or get further confirmation, and sometimes you'll get more questions than answers. I say, continue your pursuit of knowledge, but pursue wisdom as well. Knowledge and wisdom are a part of the puzzle that holds the experience together. Don't allow your pursuit to consume you. Trust and surrender to the divine, and remember that everything you are chasing already lies within you. You may also find it beneficial to have a journal and writing down your experiences when they happen. They may not make sense now, but things always tend to circle back around. Something else the third rabbi experienced was the betrayal of their faith. Many of us along our journeys and awakenings find ourselves experiencing different truths to what we may have been fed. For many, this is a difficult transition to swallow, and some may experience guilt or maybe even anger. If this is your truth, find healing and forgiveness. Forgive yourself and those that won't understand. The forgiveness is not for their sake, it's for your own peace. The spirit of guilt is not yours to inherit. You were called to experience something different, and that is not a bad thing. It's what should be embraced, for along this journey, you will always be unlearning, relearning, rediscovering different truths and wisdoms that may feel to be a challenge to what you know. Understand that there is much to be learned. One earthly lifetime will never be enough to understand the pieces of the puzzle those that are awakening hold. The fourth rabbi, after descending from paradise to earth and experiencing all the beautiful things they experienced, wrote songs of gratitude and appreciation for their life. Find peace through the divine chaos of awakening. Find the magic in the mundane, for it's the mundane that the fundamental magic lives. During the process of your awakening, integrate what you have learned into your life to then live better than before. This journey, if you decide to continue to activate, is an ongoing journey and process. Trust that you are better for it. Going back to dormancy has never served you. In this journey you are on, remember, you are preparing you for yourself. Truth and love, beautiful beings.